You're watching Northern Crimes.
Bend, Oregon, July 2016. A city known for its pristine landscapes, craft breweries, and outdoor adventures. 300 days of sunshine bathe the Cascade Mountains and the winding Deschutes River in golden light. Tourists and locals alike hike the trails, paddle the waters, and enjoy the vibrant downtown scene. But on a warm summer night, as the city slept, darkness descended on this idyllic community. 23-year-old Kaylee Sawyer had just attended a bachelorette party downtown. After an argument with her boyfriend, she decided to walk alone to clear her head. It was a decision that would lead to unimaginable horror. What began as a missing person case would reveal a predator hiding in plain sight. A man whose job was to protect the community, but who harbored a, quote, urge to kill. His confession would shock the nation, his crime spree would terrorize multiple states, and his actions would ultimately change the law. This is the true story of the murder of Kaylee Sawyer and the twisted man who silenced her forever. This is Northern Crimes. Nestled in the high desert of central Oregon, Bend is a striking blend of rugged natural beauty and modern charm. The city sits at the edge of the Cascade Range, where dense pine forests give way to dramatic volcanic landscapes, and the winding Deschutes River cuts through the heart of town. Known for its 300 days of sunshine a year, Bend has transformed from a small logging town into an outdoor enthusiast's paradise. Locals here live where others vacation, hiking and mountain biking in the summer, skiing Mount Bachelor in the winter, and enjoying world-class fly fishing and kayaking year-round. But Bend is more than just its outdoor offerings. The city has cultivated a vibrant, laid-back culture that blends small-town warmth with cosmopolitan amenities. The craft beer scene defines much of Bend's modern identity, with one of the highest per capita brewery counts in the nation. Central Oregon Community College sits on the western edge of the city, its campus perched on a hill overlooking town. Students are drawn not just for the education, but for the lifestyle, the ability to hit the slopes or trails immediately after class. As night falls, Bend takes on a different character. Downtown comes alive with music and dining, while the stars shine brilliantly in the clear mountain sky. It was in this idyllic setting, this seemingly perfect blend of natural beauty and community warmth, that darkness would descend on a July night in 2016, forever changing how residents viewed their safe, picturesque hometown. In the early morning hours of July 24th, 2016, Kaylee Sawyer was enjoying a night out with friends at a bachelorette party in downtown Bend. The 23-year-old dental assistant was vivacious and full of life, the kind of person who, according to her family, brought joy to everyone around her. As the night wound down, Kaylee called her boyfriend, Cameron Rimhofer, to pick her up. The couple lived together in an apartment near Central Oregon Community College, but what should have been a routine ride home took a dark turn. During the drive, Kaylee and Cameron got into an argument. When they arrived at their apartment complex, Kaylee stayed in the car while Cameron went inside, hoping to give her space to cool down. 10 minutes later, when he returned to check on her, Kaylee was gone. Cameron tried calling and texting her multiple times.
"Hey, where are you? Please come home and talk to me at least. You're being unfair."
Are you kidding?
What a joke. I'm sorry I'm not good enough for you.
Their exchange continued, growing increasingly tense. In her final text, Kaylee wrote simply,
Goodbye. Phone off.
When Kaylee didn't return home that night, Cameron grew increasingly concerned. By the next day, with no word from Kaylee and her phone still off, he called 911.
Dispatch, how can I help you? Hello?
Hi. I'm not sure if this is quite the right number to call. Last night I got home from the bars with my girlfriend, and she got upset at me and ran off. And I chased her and wasn't able to find her, and I still haven't heard from her. Her phone's off. I called all her family, and they haven't heard from her, so I'm wondering what you recommend I do.
Kaylee's mother, Julie, also called 911, mentioning that her daughter had epilepsy and medical issues that made her disappearance even more concerning.
Dispatch, how can I help you?
Yes, I need to have an officer call me. My daughter is missing, and she is over 23, but she has epilepsy and some medical issues.
As hours turned into days with no sign of Kaylee, her family and friends launched a desperate search. They distributed missing persons flyers throughout Bend, scoured social media for clues, and pleaded for information from the public. What they didn't know was that Kaylee had already met a horrific fate at the hands of a predator no one would have expected. On July 25th, just one day after Kaylee disappeared, Isabel Ponce-Lara walked into the Redmond Police Department with disturbing information. Isabel, a New Bend police officer, told authorities that her husband, Edwin Lara, had confessed to killing a woman.
So he was working night shift that Saturday night, getting off, I think, like 2 or 2:30 in the morning, Sunday.
And what time does that have him starting work-ish?
I think that day he went in, or he was going to go in around 3 p.m., I think it was.
And when is his only security job for COCC in that area? He doesn't have any other areas that he provides security for?
Edwin Lara worked as a security guard at Central Oregon Community College, the very campus near where Kaylee and her boyfriend lived. According to Isabel, Edwin had told her that he, quote, hit a woman with his car during his previous shift, panicked, and hid the body. Before Isabel could learn more details, Edwin grabbed her 9mm handgun and fled their home, telling her that the woman's belongings were in their shed. Police immediately obtained a search warrant for the Lara residence, and what they found in the shed sent chills down their spines. A white bag containing high-heeled shoes, a purse with a black wallet, a passport, a blood-stained rock, and a clump of hair. The items belonged to Kaylee Sawyer. They also discovered something else, a school project that Edwin had created about serial killer Angel Resendez Ramirez, known as the, quote, railroad killer. Edwin had noted that Ramirez always killed with blunt force trauma. He used weapons of opportunity that were found at the scene. The investigation had suddenly transformed from a missing person case to a homicide. Rather than facing up to his crime, Edwin Lara began to spiral. After fleeing his home, he drove to Salem, Oregon, where he spotted 19-year-old Andrea Elizabeth Mays sitting alone in her car in a Ross Dress for Less parking lot. With his gun pointed directly at her, Edwin forced Andrea to drive him to California. During the journey, he handcuffed her, forced her to take sleeping pills, and made unwanted advances. He showed her news reports about Kaylee's disappearance and confessed to killing her. When Andrea's car broke down in Wairika, California, Edwin's crime spree escalated further. He shot a 73-year-old man named Jack Levy in the abdomen while attempting to steal his car. Levy would survive, but Edwin wasn't done. At a nearby gas station, Edwin carjacked a vehicle with a grandmother and her 2 teenage grandsons inside. During the drive, he chillingly told them, quote, "I have an urge to kill," and confessed to murdering Kaylee and shooting a man in Wairika. After releasing the family on the side of the road, Edwin continued driving with Andrea. He forced her to record a video of him confessing to his crimes and post it to Facebook.
Hi everybody, I just want to say that I apologize for everything I've done. Most likely I'm going to get caught. And sorry about that girl in Central Oregon. And I just want to let family members, Andrea, that she's fine and she will be fine because so far she's been doing what I've been telling her to do. You know, and if you guys are wondering if I have done dirty things to her, no. All right, I'm not that kind of guy. You know, I used to kill that other girl, you know, and I regret it. I regret killing her. You know, she's kept screaming and I had to silence her forever.
On July 26th, Edwin called 911 on himself while driving near Redding, California. He told the operator who he was, that he was wanted for murder, and explained that he had a gun and was wearing a bulletproof vest. Police caught up with him, pulled him over, and arrested him.
Going down to 57, he's hitting his brakes here.
Right southbound at Sourgrass.
Running 52, he's yielding at Sourgrass. Number 2, kind of yielding, 35.
We're kind of yielding 35 miles an hour at Sourgrass.
Running 52, he's stopped, Sourgrass.
Stop in progress, southbound at Sourgrass.
Get your hands up! Get him up! Step out of the vehicle! You got me? Step out of the vehicle! Turn around! Turn around! Keep turning around! Walk back! Step over to your right. Step over to your right, away from traffic. Drop down to your knees. Don't move.
How you guys doing right on this? Pretty good?
During his interrogation, Edwin confessed to Kaylee's murder and drew a map showing where her body could be found. Police located Kaylee's remains on the side of Highway 126 near milepost 100 in the Dry Creek area of Redmond, Oregon. The autopsy revealed that Kaylee had died from blunt force trauma with evidence of strangulation, multiple skull fractures, and other injuries prior to her death. As investigators pieced together what happened that fateful night, a horrifying picture emerged. After her argument with her boyfriend, Kaylee had been walking alone near the college campus when she encountered Edwin Lara in his campus security vehicle. The exact circumstances of how Kaylee ended up in Lara's patrol car remain unclear, but what is known is that once inside, she was trapped. The vehicle had an enclosed rear cage with child locks and a partition between the front and back seats, features designed to make the security vehicle resemble a police car. Edwin drove Kaylee to a remote parking lot on campus known as B12, where he brutally assaulted and murdered her. He later confessed that when Kaylee began screaming, he, quote, had to silence her forever. In his confession, Edwin made a chilling statement about his motives.
So I think all through my life, I've struggled with somehow the urge to kill. But what has helped me not develop that, in a sense, is when I married my wife.
The parallels between Kaylee's murder and Edwin's school project on the railroad killer were unmistakable. Just as he'd studied, Edwin used a rock, weapon of opportunity, to kill Kaylee with blunt force trauma. The legal proceedings against Edward Lara were complex. His attorneys argued that his 6-hour interrogation and confession should be thrown out, claiming his rights had been violated. The judge ultimately ruled that the confession couldn't be used in the trial. However, prosecutors still had compelling evidence, including notes Edwin left in his car. One note read,
"The place I killed her is on the B12 lot. Run her over on College Way."
Another stated,
"This note is to say I'm sorry for taking her life. She screamed, and I had to silence her. My intention was not forever."
In January 2018, Edwin Lara pleaded guilty to aggravated murder and robbery. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, avoiding the death penalty that prosecutors had initially sought. At the sentencing hearing, Kaylee's mother, Julie Van Cleve, addressed Edwin directly. "You've failed to silence her. I'll always be the mother of a murder victim, but your mother will always be the mother of a murderer and a rapist." Andrea Mays, who survived her kidnapping ordeal, also spoke. "You thought you stole my life from me, but I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor, a warrior. I'm stronger than I've ever been, and you're gonna rot right where you belong." In April 2019, Edwin received a second life sentence for kidnapping and carjacking, ensuring he would never walk free again. The murder of Kaylee Sawyer exposed serious flaws in how campus security operated. Her family filed a lawsuit against Central Oregon Community College, arguing that the college had failed to conduct adequate background checks on Edwin Lara and had allowed campus security vehicles to closely resemble police patrol cars. The lawsuit revealed disturbing information. Other employees were aware of Edwin's fascination with dead bodies. He'd shown sexually explicit photos to coworkers, and one female employee had refused to ride in a car with him because of his behavior. In July 2020, the college settled with Kaylee's family for $2 million. But perhaps more importantly, Kaylee's death led to significant legislative change. In May 2019, Oregon Governor Kate Brown signed Bill 576, known as Kaylee's Law. The law curtails the policing authority of campus security officers and establishes clear distinctions between campus security and actual law enforcement. Under Kaylee's Law, campus security vehicles, uniforms, and equipment cannot resemble those of law enforcement. Vehicles can't have rooftop lights or push bumpers, and they can't have dividers between the front and back seats. They must be equipped with GPS and interior video cameras or recording dispatch systems. When signing the law, Governor Brown stated, "Kaylee Sawyer's death was a tragedy, and we want to make sure that this never happens to a promising young Oregonian again." Kaylee's murder exposed a devastating truth. Sometimes danger wears the uniform of safety. In the wake of her death, Bend was forced to confront the reality that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places, even in a community known for its warmth and trust. Kaylee's Law now stands as both a memorial and a safeguard. The legislation draws clear lines between campus security and law enforcement, potentially saving countless lives through its restrictions on vehicles, uniforms, and equipment. What began as one family's quest for justice has become a blueprint for campus safety reform nationwide. Edwin Lara serves his dual life sentence in silence, his urge to kill contained behind prison walls. Yet questions linger about what truly drove him to such brutality. His fascination with serial killers, his meticulous planning, and his calm demeanor during his crime spree suggest a predator who might have continued had circumstances not intervened. Today, the Deschutes River still flows through Bend. Tourists still flock to the breweries, and students still attend Central Oregon Community College. But beneath this unchanged exterior, something fundamental has shifted. When night falls and the campus grows quiet, few can forget what happened in parking lot B12. And perhaps most unsettling of all is the knowledge that had Edwin Lara not confessed to his wife, had he not embarked on his interstate crime spree, Kaylee might have become just another missing person, her case growing cold as her killer continued to patrol the very campus where she died.